If people don't like the product, all you can do is get really good at getting people to try the product and then they disappear. What we call product market fit, when someone tries the product, they enjoy the product, they keep using the product. So if you can't retain customers, you can't grow. So it's really, validating that you have product market fit is really critical before you get obsessive on growth hacking and trying to grow the business. For me, picking product market fit became really important. So I came up with a question that really helped me, which was, I asked users on the product, how would you feel if you couldn't use this product anymore? I only asked people who had really used the product. So they've come in, they've used it, hopefully the right way, and even more than once. But then it's a random sample of people who've used the product more than once, hopefully recently. When I asked that question, if say 5% of the people said that they'd be very disappointed without it, that's not enough. I'm not going to be able to grow that business, was really what I told myself. Eventually I had run that question across hundreds of companies. So ones that I worked with and ones that I didn't work with. And what I found is that about 40% of the users said they would be very disappointed without the product. Those companies were generally successful to some level, whether I worked with them or not. That question, a good leading indicator of product market fit. The obviously more important thing is if people keep using the product. And so that's what we call a retention cohort. So if you get 100 people who start using the product and after 30 days, 0 of them are still using the product, you do not have product market fit. But you're not going to have all 100 of them using the product. That would be nearly impossible. And so usually what happens is 100 people start using the product. 1 week later, it's down to 70, and then down to 60, then down to 50. If it keeps going to 0, you don't have product market fit. But if it goes down to 50, and then those 50 keep using it over the long term, now you have a signal that for half those people, it was something that was so valuable they keep using it. That's product market fit, and you can grow that. So we call that a retention cohort that plateaus. So it essentially runs parallel to the x-axis at some number. It depends on the business. So some businesses like Calm, the meditation app, they plateau only at about 5% of the users because they have to develop a habit of doing meditation, which is hard for people, where Instagram plateaus at more like a 50 or 60%. Part of it too, Instagram is free and Calm costs money, so that's another reason why people might stop using it. So it's less important where it plateaus, but if it always goes to 0, eventually you're not growing, you're just replacing. You're replacing the original people who signed up, and so for a while you can grow, but eventually you're going to flatten out. And so